Hello, I'm so happy to be here with you today. Today, I want to talk to you about going from frenzy to flow. And this is actually perfect because we're starting our summer. July is here, right? If you're listening on a timely basis, this is coming out in July. And if you're not, that's okay too, because who doesn't want to go from frenzy to flow? So this is, I don't know if it's correct to say we are post-pandemic, but we're certainly well on our way to coming out of it. And I want to comment on what I am seeing. The nature of frenzy has changed in my experience, in my world, and maybe in yours too. It used to be, I used to see a lot of people, parents, families running fast from here to there to everywhere, doing so many things. And, I myself, right, had a kid who was on four baseball teams, and there was a lot of running around. And there was like a momentum of doing, right? Big momentum of doing. And what I see now is that, there are fewer opportunities to be doing, but there is a momentum of worry, a momentum of anxiety, a momentum of stress because of this worry and anxiety. And that's no good either. Running all around, being stressed because we're doing, or being stressed because we're thinking, it's sending the same signals to the cells of our body, that fight, flight, freeze, stressed out, inflammation causing, um, not response, but stimulus, right? So okay. And if you've been following me for a length of time, you may already be familiar with the parenting pendulum that I talk about, swinging all the way over to where the parent is totally in charge and dictating. And then most of us, when we've been there for a long time or when things get tense, we will swing all the way back over to the other side because we have this momentum, right? This momentum of worry, of stress, of activity, we swing all the way over into more of an abdicate, which is like, okay, well, now I've been the heavy for so long. Now I'm going to let you have your way. Or I'm so exhausted from the fighting, I'm going to let you have your way. There's lots of different flavors, but we swing back and forth from one extreme to another. And so why is that? They seem like they're opposite, and we're going back and forth. I believe that it is because fundamentally we have lost trust with ourselves. We don't trust ourselves, and so we're worried about, how does this look? What will they think? What will they do or say? What will happen, whether it's a they that's out there or it's a they that's your child. Like, what will happen to them if they are the only one who doesn't have a smartphone, or if they are the only one who doesn't get to do this thing, whatever it is? So it's a fundamental lack of trust in ourselves. And that is what I'm all about helping you learn to do, is to trust yourself more. And so today I have something that I'd like to talk to you. It's one way for you to learn to trust yourself more. And, so last time I talked about developing a reflective practice, and that can look a lot of different ways. I have a specific one that I'm going to share with you today because it's something that I'm actually offering in July, well, the end part of July and August. And it is literally called Frenzy to Flow. And it is like, so right now you're either watching a video of me, so the platform is video, or you're listening to a podcast, so the platform is podcast and audio, right? The platform for Frenzy to Flow is Yin Yoga. It's a Zoom-based virtual Yin Yoga series of classes, 12 classes, that I will be in sessions, I think is better than classes, but 12 sessions that I'm going to be leading. Some of the things that we are going to experience physically as parents in this class is we're going to establish a physical habit of starting inside. We're not going to be comparing ourselves to 10 or 12 other people in a yoga studio and what they do and how much they're stretching. We're going inside. How are we feeling? And believe me, I have a lot of guidance and instruction, very specific instruction. This is where we're looking to do. This is the intention. Here's how much stress, and here's too much. So here's how you're going to adjust. Lots of guidance, but you going inside first. What am I feeling? And claiming your power, right? Taking responsibility for what it is that you're feeling and making adjustments, either adjustments to go a little further, because you're not feeling as much stress as you should be, as we want to, as we intend to in the pose, or coming out a little bit because your body is feeling more stress than we want to be, than we're intending to. So developing this experiential physical habit of feeling inside first instead of comparing, right? Going inside out, yinside out, you might say. And taking responsibility for our own experience. These are both great things to help us as parents of adolescents learn to trust ourselves more. So we're just doing it in a physical practice. And there's so many benefits to this, because as you do this and as you entrain yourself into this Yin Yoga physical practice, as I will be leading it, you're going to learn to feel safe in your own body. You're going to come into a more sensitive level of awareness of your body and your energy, not to mention all the physical benefits of Yin Yoga, like greater range of motion. When do we get up and say, hey, I'm going to exercise my fascia today? I'm going to exercise my deep connected tissues. You can't do that when you're swimming, when you're running, when you're walking, when you're lifting weights. These are all muscular. So it's a totally different level. We're going to go deeper into the body, into the deeper tissues. So that, my beautiful friend, is what Frenzy to Flow is. And if you like more information, if that sounds exciting, and there's, of course, replays. Most of the Yin Yoga that I do not do on a live virtual session, just because my schedule, it doesn't work for me. So I make sure that I have the replays, and I watch some of those replays 3 and 4 times because they're amazing. And so frenzytoflow.com, just literally www.frenzytoflow.com is where you can go to find out a little more information. And if you're not finding enough information, if you have a question that is not answered there that I have not yet spoken to, then send me an email, because I am committed to answering every single question. I do not want anything, any open question in your mind to be a barrier to you engaging in this super, it can be relaxing. It's not restorative yoga. I'm going to give you a warning. It's not like a massage. It's not restorative yoga, but it is, you won't sweat. You will not be sweating, and you are in control of the dial. So it's It's going to be super fun. I'm very excited. Starts July 26th. So frenzytoflow.com. And if for any reason you cannot join, that is totally fine. Just know that I encourage you, and also jumping off of the last podcast episode, I encourage you to find a way to reflect and go deeper within yourself to take as a step toward building trust within yourself. And of course, if for whatever reason yin yoga is not you have just a thing, and yin is not your thing, there's a lot of other ways that we can engage, right? And so I encourage you to go to the website, relationalparents.org. My experience is that most people don't know what yin yoga is. I didn't know what yin yoga was 4 years ago. It's not, it's kind of, it's new in the yoga world. So if you don't know what it is, you are by far in the majority. But I promise um, it is miraculous. It's very powerful, and I'm excited to bring it to you. We're not going to be having a party, and we're not going to be uh, doing a lot of activity, a lot of physical activity, but it will be very directed. It will be very calming and centering, and it will be a joyful experience. So I hope that you will join me. And in any case, I wish you happy July, happy July, and enjoy the rest of your day. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.